I hope you, thank you very much for the introduction, and I hope you noticed that he did not introduce me as the new dean. You know, there was a time when I was a new dean, however, and when I came to this campus, about the time I came, I'm going to be a little personal on this because this particular major means a lot to me, as does the Agricultural Sustainability Institute. I am a dean, but I also am a professor, and I'm a professor and have studied biological control of plant disease my entire career. So this is something that really means something to me in terms of the aspirations of what sustainability is. And so when I came, about the time I arrived here, I was chairing a committee, a work group for the National Academies on ecologically based pest management, and realized what real challenges we face in being able to achieve what we aspire to, and being able to control pests without the intervention of synthetic chemicals. And I thought we need to do a lot more in science to make this happen. And so in coming here, that was one of my aspirations, was to do something that we could bring more science to bear in this concept of sustainability and agricultural sustainability. And obviously the opportunity arose very quickly. This has been a theme of this campus for a very long time. We are sitting on the site of the student farm, which preceded all of these things. We have a very great faculty, a large number who are engaged in these activities. And so when we started floating the idea of what can we do in the area of agriculture and sustainability, there was a groundswell of enthusiasm about this. Now, we have been launching and thinking about launching some centers and institutes that are related to various integrative sciences across our college. And this was one of the first ones that we launched, and it was done in collaboration with you in the audience. And so as I look around the audience, the approach, I have to say thank you, and there are quite a few of you that were here at the beginning. We started by reaching out to our stakeholders outside of the university and internally and asking what should we do? And we got a lot of help from you. And there is one person that, in fact two, that must be thanked. The first is Eric Bradford, who unfortunately did not live long enough to see this happen. But the other is Rich Wallinger. And Rich and Eric were both, from the very beginning, with us as stakeholders and behind it, and very strongly supporting our activities. So we reached out to you. We said, what can we do? What should we do? And the Agricultural Sustainability Institute was the first step of what we could do. But in that planning was the aspiration, in fact, the plan for a new undergraduate student major. And as the provost indicated, we have something to learn yet in how to move undergraduate curricula along faster, but we will learn, and we have learned from what we've done with this one, because the campus, as you heard from the chancellor, has great aspirations as to where the future lies. And I think this type of collaborative major is really the future in so many ways, and it reflects our campus spirit and our culture. We have done this for years as graduate education, reaching across the different boundaries to really develop a strong interdisciplinary approach to meeting the needs of our stakeholders and the future of our planet. So I'm very grateful to all of you who participated in making this happen. The other thing that I want to mention is just the challenges that lie ahead, because I was on a panel last week. There was an experiment in having a virtual panel streaming all across the country and for locations in 4 different sites. And one of the questions was asked to me, how would you define sustainability? Well, you know, there are many ways to define sustainability, but I always think back when I'm asked to define what is our challenge here, to think about it when I was a kid trying to make a successful terrarium. This complex system in which you close it and then ask it to survive. And of course I failed all the time. And that is simple compared to what our challenges are. Now, of course, I could stop it, restart it in various ways, and try another experiment. Well, unfortunately, on the planet we live in, it is one of those closed systems. We have to get it right, and unfortunately, we can't stop everything while we do it. And so that's really the challenge that that we as an academic institution and we as stakeholders and students face, is how do we educate, how do we do the research to figure out how to make this closed system work so that it works as well in the future as we can get it to work today. Now, like I say, we've got some transition periods to go through while we do this, but it is incredibly knowledge intensive. One of the mistakes people make is to think that agriculture is just, you plant the seed and you walk away and everything is going to take care of itself. Agriculture is probably as knowledge intensive as launching rockets. It really, try to control pests using just your knowledge. You can't do it very easily. And so this is the challenge that awaits us. This is really why it's at a university, and this is why we should be educating students to do that. So let me just say thank you, and let me end by saying thank you to our provost and our chancellor, because they have recently made a decision to bring some funds and endowment back to the college that has its purpose of helping students learn how to farm by hands-on experience. And we have been using it, that fund to support the student farm, and we will, with the increased funding stream that is coming, we will put part of it to work to help the internships and other activities that this major is planning. So thank you, and again, thank all of you who had a role in making this happen. Thank you.